Yeah, and then I'll just literally ask the one question, you answer it, I'll go super cool, and move
Let's
on to the
go.
next one. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, off you go.
okay.
Good afternoon, Lorena. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, sorry. Yes, of course. Thank you for having me. I'm Lorena Muñoz. I work as the head of the humanitarian partnerships here at Bright Products, where we specialize in portable solar energy for the displacement or humanitarian sector. That's a very long way of saying we make solar lamps with charging capabilities for refugee camps or displacement or other humanitarian areas.
What sparked the idea for Bright? And excuse the pun within the question.
Yeah, it happens quite often. Don't worry. Well, I think the idea for the prototype came in 2010, so like 15 years ago, and there was an early concept aimed at meeting the needs of the off-grid communities in Africa. And then in parallel, there was this big gap in the humanitarian market for light, for access to light. And in this particular case, solar lamps were what could fit that gap.
Mhm.
So Innovation Norway played a big role, kind of, identifying that there was this need in the humanitarian sector and that there was this product that was being developed with um, a market in mind that could feed those needs. So
Mhm.
they kind of reached that or created that connection, and then yeah, the lamps were designed from the beginning pretty much with the humanitarian or the very off-grid sector in mind. And then so it was kind of a moment of the right place, right time, where all the worlds collide in the best way. And then Sunbel, the our main lamp, became the first solar lamp that was categorized as a core relief item. So it was meant to be kind of.
That's fantastic. I remember looking at your product when I was studying at university, doing
Yeah.
product design and technology. That was one of my like sort of exemplar products to look at and see the sort of, yeah, like you said, problem and fit for the technological solution.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you aim for sustainability and profitability. How do you make purpose pay?
That's a good question. And I think a lot of people think that it's not possible, it cannot go hand in hand. But if you actually integrate sustainability at the core of the business, so if it's part of how you track that your business succeeds, it is possible to make it. And I always like to say that just because we're solar, it doesn't make you automatically sustainable. So I think this is also a big thing to like discuss, but we can do that another time.
Separate
But
topic. Yeah.
for us, I think it means that it's using our commitment to sustainability to drive innovation. So you depart also from that mindset.
Mm,
Also, when you design the products, so a big part of it is to design with durability, repairability, and recyclability in mind, and that's
absolutely.
kind of a departure point from our product designer and the entire R&D team. And also it's what we try to anchor our how we build our relationships with like other organizations or our customers. So when we do things to like improve efficiency, the design more sustainable products, or operate transparently, that's kind of like where we are starting from.
Mm,
And we're not just doing the right thing, but I think it also creates long-term value because if you're creating products that are durable, that can be repairable, if you're building trust and you're anchoring it in your approach, also being really transparent. We have published very recently, like the environmental declaration for our products. We try to also not hide in the numbers, so just explain very transparently to our customers or anyone that is interested what does this mean. Because if I just tell you our carbon footprint, you don't really know, is that a lot? Is that very little? But if I tell you, well, that's two steak dinners, then you can also understand and be very transparent. So I think that also it's just a way of like strengthening our brands and our company. So making purpose pay is about proving that doing good for people on the planet makes also a very solid business case and it makes
Absolutely.
sense in a business way.
Yeah. And like the sort of knock-on consequences of that are huge in terms of, education and things
Yeah.
like that. Leading on to my third question. In 5 years, what kind of transformation do you hope Bright has sparked in behavior, industry, or society?
Yeah, that's very connected. So I think what I would love to prove, maybe on an industry level, is that you can do well on a business sense while doing good for people and planets. And what I always like to say is we're nine people. So if we can do it, others can do it for sure. So if a small company of nine people manages to integrate this at the core of how we operate and make a good business case for it and keep showing up in the same way, large corporations or larger companies absolutely can do this. It's just a matter
No
of
excuse.
prioritizing and just really like it's also a behavioral and like a mentality change, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Um, and the other thing, perhaps also in terms of sustainability or procurement or as a society, I would love to see more focus on long-term sustainability investments and impact when it
Mm,
comes to also product design. So making products that are long-lasting and repairable and also like both for consumers but for humanitarian markets where it's so important that we don't create even more waste.
mm.
Um, and to see that it also makes sense. We're never going to be able to supply everybody. So there's so many people in the world that you can afford creating products that are going to last a while.
No, absolutely. And it's sort of that long-term vision that sometimes I think we lack with a lot of product items, especially. It's all that
Yeah,
sort of throwaway culture which we've procured. So yeah,
yeah.
absolutely super interesting. And finally, to end on a bit more of a lighthearted question, what makes your day bright? Caffeine, chaos, or a full charge battery?
I mean, caffeine, it's gonna make my day work, period. Like a large cup of coffee, it's
How many
definitely.
are you on a day? What's the benchmark?
I'm going to say that normal day would see me on 3 or 4 cups of coffee. So that's
Sounds about right. Yeah.
that's yeah, it's an unfortunate or fortunate habit. We will see. Like I don't do energy drinks, I don't do anything else, but
It's
my cup of
natural.
coffee is natural. Cup of coffee with oat milk, that will do it for me. As a proper millennial, that's my to go.
Well, I'm on the
Yeah,
same page there with you, absolutely. So, yeah. Well,
yeah.
thank you so much, Lorena. It's been an absolute pleasure. Can't wait to share your story.
Thank you so much for having me, Sri, and good luck going forward.
Bye.
Bye.